Welcome back to class, everybody. So let's open our work from where we stopped during the morning session. Let's open our work from where we stopped during the morning session. I know we are all ready for class. I sent a message to us at the chat box. If you have seen the message, let me have your answer.
Please excuse me, good master. Can I talk?
Hello, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I never saw that. I couldn't get that your page. When I go to design, I never saw that more. I tried severally during the break.
Which one?
I didn't get it. That's more that to get where the cells have to be merged. I couldn't get it.
Okay, I will talk to it. Ms. Agbogun, you didn't enjoy your session. Why? You were working on the computer or what? Mr. Joshua, you didn't enjoy your break. What happened?
I didn't see your message.
Which message? Oh, that I sent on the platform. Is it the one I sent here?
You said you sent a message and I did not see it.
Okay, I'm repasting the message for everybody to see.
All right.
So are you seeing the message now? Okay. The other time, well, you said you didn't see the place where I asked you to merge. So I have the table now. Show me the place where I did not see. Are you listening to me, madam? You ask a question.
That 5-7, when you said we should insert the table, I did. I got that. But when you said we should go to design and go to more and merge the cells, that was where I got. I didn't get that.
Which cell do you want to merge?
You said we should merge. You know, you got this your screen. Yeah. You said we should do 5-7 column, and I did it. But you said we should now go to design, and we see more. We should merge the cells.
I didn't say you should mark cell from design. The only reason why I say you should go to design is because of the table design, so that you can select the one that doesn't have any design, table style.
Okay.
That's why I said you should go to design. We did the margin, other right click or on layout. That's why we did the margin of cells, either of rows or of column. And I told you,
okay,
you select it. Just like what I have here, you select everything. You select it, you right click. When you right click, you see merge. And you select, and when you do that, it's going to merge it. All right.
Okay.
Now, the last time we talked about how to insert a table. Now, we'll focus our effort on how to insert a chart into a PowerPoint presentation. We focus on how to insert a chart into a PowerPoint presentation. Some of the ones we will not be able to go through by virtue of time. I think we need to probably, if you get the book, you might need to go through it and probably guide yourself through. But the procedure is the same. If you can do one or two, you should be able to do others yourself. Good. Now, Hope you are seeing my PDF document that I'm showing on the screen. That is actually talking about inserting objects into our PowerPoint presentation. That is talking about inserting objects into our PowerPoint presentation. And just like you see, using only words when making presentation has been proven to be far less impactful. So PowerPoint provides the use of various elements. Let's just read this for 2 or 3 minutes. You can see visual images increase retention. So we've discussed how to add a table. We've discussed how to add a table, and we're all familiar with this because we've all added tables. We're all familiar with this. Selecting the number of rows and columns, the table design and the table layout. Those are the table tools. This is where we selected our style the other time. We are all familiar with this. Good.
Please, I don't know how to add table. I don't know how to add table.
Who is saying he doesn't know how to add table? Hello? Who is that person? Hello? Who is that person saying she doesn't know how to add table? Huh? Well, please, can you say it on the chat, because we have discussed table and we are not going back there again. Were you in the class in the morning?
It's me, Josephine.
If you are in the class in the morning, you will have understood how to add table. We can't take that again. We don't have that time now.
Oh.
Now, so what we want to discuss now,
yes,
is actually how to add charts. Please, if you want to talk, we can talk through the chat box. Now, we all know, we've all been to our PowerPoint class, our Excel class, and we understand charts. So we don't need to re-emphasize more on charts again. What chart does is that it helps us to use visuals, diagrams, to represent our data. And because we are using diagrams, because we are using pictures to represent our data, it's easier for us, for our audience, to see our data and get themselves glued more to it. Just like the picture I showed in the beginning of this chapter, you can see visual images increases retention, and that is what chart does. Now, we already know how to do charts in Microsoft Excel. So there is no point talking about how to do charts afresh in Excel. If your chart is in Excel, you can just bring in your chart straight away here. Copy your chart, and when you get to the place where you want to put your chart, you paste it. When you get to the place where you want to put your chart, you paste it. Good. Now, if you don't do that, you can also do your chart in PowerPoint, and that is what I want to emphasize on now. PowerPoint allows you to also create your charts in PowerPoint. Now, have we all seen the charts on the insert ribbon? Have you all seen the chart on the insert ribbon? If you go to the insert ribbon, you will see chart. Chart is under illustration. You will see chart where you have shapes, where you have smart art. If you have seen chart, please do me a yes on the chat box. If you have seen the chart where you can add chart, insert on the insert ribbon where you have chart, if you have seen it, do me a yes on the dialog box, on the chat box. Okay, good. Good. Hope everybody has seen it. Mr. Wasu just said yes. Good. All right. Very good. So we can insert chart from there. Apart from there, you can also click here. You can see insert chart here too. Now, I want everybody, there is a slide. We didn't put anything that we title population growth in the last 10 years. You can see the chart that we title population growth in the last 10 years. So you can select the title heading and reduce the space, just like I've done, and increase the space for your chart here. Those are ways of trying to adjust your placeholder so that your content can be fitting properly. So when you click insert chart, even from here, it gives you a chart. Do you see the chart? The same way you will have it in Microsoft Excel. We are in what? We are in PowerPoint, we are not in Excel. I told you something. If your chart already, just like table, you can do all the things we did in table in PowerPoint, you can do the same thing in table in Microsoft Word. So, if your table is already existing in Microsoft Word, just copy the table into your clipboard and you paste it on your slide anywhere you need it. And we've done enough on trying to explain how to paste from the clipboard. The same thing is applicable to charts. If the chart you want to use is already existing in Microsoft Excel, just copy the chart and paste it into your slide in PowerPoint. Now, I'm not re-emphasizing that because the same set of audience, we have had some time that we have handled charts. So there's no point repeating what we've already done and that we already know. Now, what I'm teaching you now is even if you don't have your chart in Excel and you don't want to go to Excel to do your charts, you can do your chart right inside PowerPoint. And you can see there are two ways you can insert charts here. You can go to the insert ribbon and click on illustration. Under illustration, you see chart. You can insert chart from there. You can just try charts right away from your slide, just like you are seeing on my own screen now. So you click on insert chart. So it gives you an insert chart dialog box. So when you have insert chart dialog box, let's assume you want to insert a pie chart. You select your chart type and you click OK. Sorry, I'm coming. I have it. Now, did it take anybody to Excel in PowerPoint? Mr. Bolondro, can you share your screen? I need to resolve something on my own system. Can you share your screen, Mr. Bolondro?
Can you enable me to share?
Okay. I've done that now. Very good. How did you get this chart? Good.
I just
good. Very
I just
good.
went to insert.
Very good. So when you click on insert chart, it takes you to look at the title of that chart in Excel. What do you see there? Can you read it out?
Sir.
No, I'm seeing the title from here. The Excel. You know, immediately you do that, it will bring out an Excel sheet automatically.
Yeah.
It will bring out an Excel sheet automatically. Then it has a title. Can you read the title? I'm seeing it here. The title of that Excel sheet.
Chart in Microsoft PowerPoint.
Good. Chart in Microsoft PowerPoint. You can see Excel embedded into PowerPoint. So what you will do now, you now have your normal Excel sheet. Since we are talking about growth in the last 10 years, so in A1, type year. And as Mr. Bolondro is doing it, every other person should be doing it too. In A1, type year. Then in B2, type population.
B2 or B1?
B1, type population. So in A2, what are you trying to do? Just press enter, leave all those aesthetics. In A2, type 2010, press enter, 2011, up to 2020. Up to 2020. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Mr. Bolondro, I'm going to mute you now. I don't like what I'm hearing at your end. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You want to use a method, you are not getting it. Select your A2 to A4 properly. You want to use a method to fill it, you are not getting it. Select it. Yes, click on the fill handle. That's not the fill handle. When you give it the fill handle, you will know. You click on that small box, the fill handle. Don't you know if you can't get it, type it one by one. That is the fill handle. Yes. Oh yeah, drag it down. No, 20. We are stopping at 2020. We are in 2030 already. Move up. All right. 2020, yes. So go back to B2. Be selecting figures between 160 and 240, but let it be increasing. 160, 165. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. No, it shouldn't be 5.5. All the same. Vary the figure. No. It shouldn't be 5.5. Vary the figure. After 170, you can have 172. After 172, you can have 180. So it shouldn't be even. Be fast, be fast, be fast. Good, that's okay. So you can close that, chart, close that Excel sheet. Close the Excel sheet. Good. Now, if you click, even in Microsoft PowerPoint, almost all the changes you can do to your chart in Excel, you can do the same thing to it in PowerPoint. 2 ways to add charts in Excel that we have established now. The first one is your chart is already existing in Excel, or you go to Excel and do your chart, then copy it and bring it to PowerPoint. That is one method. And I think everybody in this class should be able to do that because we have worked with Excel before. And we have done something like Excel. The second method is you can do the chart inside PowerPoint itself. And as soon as you want to insert chart, it's going to bring out an Excel sheet. But the title of that Excel sheet will be Chart Inside Microsoft PowerPoint. Chart in PowerPoint. So when you do that, it gives you your sheet so you can put in your data. Either you want to type it or copy from somewhere, and you can plot your chart just the same way you would do in Excel. And when you do that, your chart appears. And you can still make adjustments to your chart. You can see you still have the chart options. You can see add chart element. So you can add the title now. Add chart element, change colors, you select data, edit data, change chart type. You know, all those things you can do in Excel. You can also do it in Excel in PowerPoint because a PowerPoint has embedded a part of Excel for the purpose of producing charts. For the purpose of producing charts. I hope that is clear with everybody. I hope that is clear with everybody. Thank you, Mr. Walandro. The reason why I'm not emphasizing more on charts is because we've done charts in Excel. And all of us know how to copy, how to select a chart and come and paste it. The second method is only what I've just emphasized here. That the second method where you can have your charts in a PowerPoint is you click on chart and PowerPoint will bring an attached Excel sheet for you. It has a demo data. As you can see from Mr. Walandro's screen, the demo data is sales, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. But it allows you to put in your data. And that is why we didn't use any of the data that were there. We created our own data that is relevant to the concept we are discussing. I hope that is clear. Now, apart from charts, the next thing I want to discuss is what we call the smart art graphics. The smart art graphics. Smart art graphics, it's a very powerful addition since 2007 or 10 to PowerPoint. Smart art graphics is a very powerful addition. What does it do? Almost all the concepts you want to present, almost all the concepts you can think of. Some people have done some advanced thinking, and this is one of the strong points in Microsoft PowerPoint. Some people have done some advanced thinking, and anything you want to think of, they already have it in form of a diagram. They already have it in form of a diagram. And you know, when you do pictures are very, very good in explaining difficult concepts. So let's take a look at the smart art graphics, because all those pictures are in smart art graphics. You can find smart art graphics in about 3 different ways. You can find smart art graphics in about 3 different ways in Microsoft PowerPoint. The first place you can find smart art graphics is on the insert ribbon. The smart art graphics on the insert ribbon is before chart. You will see it. For people using 2016, you might not see the name, but if you point your cursor at it, it will show smart art. Mr. Sojioni, is it showing smart art on your own, or is it just showing the picture?
Codemaster, sorry, sir. I'm in another meeting, sir.
Okay.
So I'm just listening to you. I'm in another meeting with FinTech. Sorry,
Okay.
sir.
I will call. I won't call you again. Enjoy your meeting. Now.
2016.
Okay, share your screen. Let's see, so that I can use your screen to let others see what the smart art looks like. Please share your screen. The person using 2016, please share your screen.
Show smart art graphic. Smart art graphic.
And we're waiting for you to share your screen. Good. Now, just hold your screen like that. I told you you can get smart art graphics in 3 different ways in PowerPoint. Now, the first one, click on your insert ribbon. Good. Do you see where chart is? Before chart is smart art. So some people might not see smart art. They might see only the diagram. Do you see that? That is the first way. Don't add it yet. Don't add it yet. That's the first place to insert smart art graphics. The second place, go to your slide where you're working. Go to your slide where you're working. You know, you have table. After table, on your slide, not on the slide list, on your slide. Madam, the slide you are working with, on your empty slide, you are putting your cursor in the wrong location. Now, for every other person, if you look at your slide where you're working with, you will see table. After table, you see charts. After chart, the next one is smart art graphics. So you can also insert smart art graphics from there. Mrs. Agbogun, can you listen to me? You are on your own, what you are doing. Now, click on that slide 6. Slide 6 is empty there. Good. So go to inside the slide where you used to work. Exactly, that's where I want you to go. Oh, yeah, you see 6 icons on the slides. Not on the title, on the slide. You see on the work area inside the slide. The first one is table. Take your cursor there, Mr. Gogun. Exactly. Start from the first one. You are on you click on video. That's why it's loading this. Close the video. That's not the first one. That's not the first one. Exactly, that's the first one. After that, the next one is chart. Then the next one is what? Smart art graphics. That's what I want you to see. So that's the second place you can add a smart art graphics to your presentation. Then the third place, the 2 places I've just shown you, you can start a blank smart art graphics and add it. And that is what I'm going to do now. The next one, the last one, you need to have gotten your content. You can just convert your content to smart art. We'll still use that one. We'll use it later. But let us do a fresh smart art graphics first. So, Mr. Agbogu, thank you. You can take your screen away. Now, see what I'm having here. This is a blank slide. So I can just click here. When you click here, you will see the list of smart art graphics will come. We will do at least 2 or 3 different smart art graphics so that you know it very well. Now, if you look at this, it's telling you these are all the list of smart art graphics that we have. All. But all of them fall under different category. The first one is list. So any of these you can use for list. You can see it. So these are very creative ways with aesthetics of doing things. And it makes your presentation look very good. For instance, if your list has a procedure and you select this, look at it. When you select it, towards your right, you will see a little description about it. You see a little description about it. Can you see it? Any of them that you select, just check it. Any of them that you select, any of them that you select, any of them that you select, it will show you, and it will show you a little description about each of them, what it does. Are you getting it? You can read. This is something that after this class, you have to note it down to go and study more on the smart art graphics. Check each of them out. So this one, all the ones you have here are used for lists. But you know, the other time I discussed with you different types of lists. Ordered list and unordered list. List that has a progression, a relationship, a hierarchy, and the ones that doesn't have. So when you look at this list, you will know which one to use, depending on the kind of list that you have. Are you with me? Now, the next one is process. Some of the ones in the list also qualify as process. For instance, if you look at this one, it's in the list, but it also qualifies as process because you can see the arrow going down, which means after the first stage, all the elements in the first stage, you go to the second one. Are you with me? Do you see it now? You can see process. You can see this one. It's also showing a progression. This is showing a downward progression. You can see this process. You can see this one, process. You can see how it interconnects. So for you, because if you understand how to use smart art graphics, it brings your points to people's understanding very fast, and the retention rate is higher than using ordinary words. We've learned how to use tables, we've learned how to use charts, different ways of making people understand what we are saying and understanding it well. So what we're learning now is how to use the smart art graphics, which is a new innovation in PowerPoint for us to make very good and engaging presentation. Another one is cycle. You know what a cycle means? If you are doing something that goes in cycle and start again, you can see all the options you're having under cycle, and you can see arrow showing the relationships about how the cycle move. You can see arrow showing relationship about how the cycle move. Are you getting it, everybody? So when you study these smart art graphics, it guides you a great deal of which one will best present your idea or your point or your opinion or whatever you are trying to pass across to your audience. The next one is hierarchy. Look at what we have. Like when you're having like an organizational organogram. See, this shows hierarchy. Organizational charts. Do you see it? It shows who reports to what, who reports to who, and how information, direction, authority, communication, how it flows within the organization. So all the smart art graphics here discuss about hierarchy. Discuss about hierarchy. Then the next one here is relationship. And you have matrix and pyramid and picture. but you might not need the picture here because you have a whole lot of options for picture. So I believe all of us understand the smart art graphics. Now, the reason why I'm emphasizing this is if you know how to use this very well, there is nothing we have said in our previous slides that we can't find a way to use a very appropriate smart art graphics to show it. And it makes you to be in charge of your presentation. And it also shows that you've actually had some thoughts and you have already identified the right tool to express your thoughts. So we're going to do 3 different smart art graphics. Because it's a new concept, that's why I'm emphasizing this, because I want us to be using it as much as we can. Instead of us just having list 1, list 2, we can do a whole lot of things with this. So the first one, let's take a list example. Let's take this as an example from a list. Let's take this. As soon as you do it, just click OK. Do you see what you have? All the ones that is showing you text is just where you're supposed to put your text. So let's assume this one, let's just title it, the process for population data collection. I told you when you do this and you need more space, you can reduce it and take the entire placeholder up so that you can create more space for any other one you want to use. Now, if you look at this, it gave us major points and sub points. 3 major points and 2 sub points. Sometimes we can need more. If we need more, we will see how to add. Sometimes we can need less. If we need less, just select it and delete it. Simple. For instance, if this one will say is secondary data. So we have secondary data. What is secondary data? We say data from reports, data from government agencies, data from government agencies. So if you need more space here, just press enter. It will give you another one. Data from the internet or web, then private sectors. So you can see all these ones are secondary data. Are you with me? After the secondary data, you can now talk about, we can also get data from primary data. So for primary data, we can now talk about field survey, interview. Are you with me? Now, apart from this, you can now say, I'm just using this as an example, comparing primary and secondary sources. Now, if this one, we can now say, okay, check relationship. And after this, we can say determine closeness of reality. Determine closeness of reality of the data. And this we can be talking about correlation and regression. Now, let's assume there are more points and we need more. If you look at this place, as soon as I create this smart art graphics, I already have smart art graphics tools. Do you see that? I already have smart art graphics tool. Can you all see it? They have come here. I already have smart art graphics tool, design and format. So if I want another one, I can right click on this and click add shape. Before or after, I can say after. You can see it has added another shape. So having added the shape now, I can type something here. I can now say, do a report. So having said do a report, if do a report also have points, you can see, as soon as I type, choose report format, as soon as I type, it's creating the bullet point automatically. So 2-3 things we have learned here. We've learned how to add a smart art graphics. We've done survey of almost all the smart art graphics that we have. Then having added smart art graphics, we've learned how to add layers. We have learned how to add layers. Please, I want all of us to do this, and I will call any 2-3 people at random to share their screen. I want to be sure you get this and you get it very well. So I give you 3 minutes, do this, and after we will share our screen. Okay, Ms. Mojoin, for you to add layer, just select on it. The fastest way is for you to right click. If you right click, you have add shape. You have before or after. So this one is to be after, so it will come after it. That's the fastest way. The method I used the other time is to go to the design from the smart art tools, and you also see art shape by the left. When you click on it, you see before or after. Is that okay? Please try this. Let me show it to us as a slideshow so that I can even see it clearer, so that it occupies the entire screen. Sorry. From current slide. So you see what you can see it better now. So you can see it better now. So when you are done and you are ready to share your screen, let me know through the chat box. I want to be sure we are getting it. I want to be sure we are getting it. If you have any issue, please let me know, because I want you to get this. Miss Rosemary, type in the boxes. You have to see how typing looks like. Type in the boxes and see how it gives you more points. You know, I intentionally make some of them 4 bullet points, some 2, and add. You can add 2, you can add 1, just to see that whatever you have is just a template. You can work more on it. Perpetua, you are back. Hey, hallelujah. How do you add layer? Click on what you want to click on any of them, and probably the last one, right click, you see add layer. Then you select whether you want it to be before what you have selected or after it. Good, thank you, Mr. Dedokun. Done. You will share your screen soon. If you have finished, type done. 3 people have typed it, but if you have finished, type done so that I will know whether we should move on, because I want you to get all these things. Very important.
Please, I'm trying to get add layer.
Okay. Good, good. Mr. Chris. Perpetua, I'm clapping. Oh, hey. Perpetua is surprising me. Hallelujah. I'm clapping. That's good. You know, I told you I will see your screen this class. So do it very well, oh. All right. Thank you, madam. Good. Now, everybody look at it. If you want to add layer, just select. You see that I've selected this one now. You see that there are 4, but the one that I've selected is obvious. I've selected it. Are you with me? So just right click on it. You will see add shape. You will see either before this one or after. Just select it to come. Now, for those who are done, you know, we discussed about 6, 7 rules. If you think this is too much, you can delete them. Delete any 2 so that you can have this one can be big enough, and you do another one on the next page as continuation. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Do you get what I'm trying to say? For instance, if these are too, if you think the screen is too worded, and if you don't want to do that, for instance, I can select this and increase the font a little. Instead of 9, I can make it 12. It's not increasing the size of the distance, just increasing, and I can increase the size. Look at it, the way it is now. I can increase this one to come here a little, then I reduce this. I can reduce this. If you do what you don't like, you use Ctrl Z. So this is what I'm saying. So if you have this, you can reduce this a little. And what you can also do, very good. You know, we discussed about columns. This one as it is here, you can put it in a column. Just put it in 2 columns. Good. Good. You can also increase it. You can increase it. Do you see it now? So the same thing, you can do this. Instead of typing it straight, you can press enter so that the data goes down. Then you select it You select it and increase the size a little. You can do the same thing for this. Comparing primary and secondary data. You will discover that what you see here will be different from what you see in your screen. You kind of, when I show you on my screen, do a report. Just press enter so that at the middle of the word, when you press enter, it takes it to another line. So you can have the space to increase this a little. Do you get it now? So this one, I can do another bullet here. Let me see. Okay. Good. Now, if you look at this now, you will discover that if I do view it on Slideshow, you will discover that it is bigger than what it was the other time. I have tried to work on it and increase the size. It's bigger than what we had the other time. Okay, done. Good, done.
Hello,
Good.
Master. Hello, sir.
Who is there? Is that Mr. Bolondro who is calling our attention? Good.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay, I'm
on
listening
your
to you,
own
sir.
screen because I try to.
You said what? I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you, sir. Or you say it through the chat box. You can say it through the chat box.
I'm done.
Oh, you are done. That's good. Now, so if you haven't done that, if you check the Smart Art tool on design, you will see different Smart Art style for this specific one. So you can select, as you are putting it on each of them, you'll be seeing the way it will be looking. You can see. So when you see anyone that you can see that looks like what you want, you can see. See anyone that looks like what you want. See anyone that looks like what you want, you can select it. So I choose to select this. And you can also change style color. You can do the color from here. Different color. If I don't want this to be blue, if I want it to be red, so you can see that that color does not complement, so you undo it. I told you about color complementing earlier on. So when you look at this now, if I view from my slideshow, you will see that I have a better smart art that I'm using to represent my point. Now let's take another smart art. New slide. Let's take another smart art. This time around, let's take one smart art from hierarchy. Let's take the very first one on hierarchy. Do you see what I have? This is what you have initially. Which title do we give to this? If we call this process for population data collection, we can say organogram of the NPC. NPC is National Population Commission. If you think that line is too, we can reduce it. I've always told you that You can reduce the size instead of 40. Okay, this is 32. Okay, can I reduce it a little more? Okay, 28 is fine. So you can reduce this and take it up such that you have enough space for your data. Are you with it now? So here now we can say we have the MD/CEO. Are you with me? Now, you understand this because this is an organogram. Sometimes you have a secretary, probably board secretary, who is not of a level of a director, but he works directly under the MD CEO. This one might not even be people, it could be departments. It could be MD office. So everybody that works in the MD office will be here. For instance, if there's another one, we can add this one, right click on add shape. This person is not before above. This person will now be an assistant. So it will come like this. So if this one is personal staff, that's secretary, personal staff, secretary, PA, etc. This one could also be official assistants, like executive assistant to the MD. Do you get it now? So this one, let's assume it's not reported. Let's assume it is 5 people, 5 directors that are reporting to him. So you can add 2 more. So you can come to this place and say add shape below. Do you see? It's different from assistant. So you can also click on this and say add another shape below. Do you get? So you can now call this one director field survey. You can have director finance. I'm just trying to director admin and personnel, director technology. Is that okay? You click inside the box to type. Then this one, we can say, director, what is this? Director borrow me one name. Oh.
Finance.
I have finance before. Finance is the second one.
Marketing.
Admin.
Admin and personnel.
Operations.
Operations.
Thank you, Jerry. Experienced people. Do you get that? So if I want to add to this now, let's even add one to this one. So you can select this one. You say add shape under. So it will now be below. So this one too can have one shape below. This one too can have one shape below. Ditto for this one. And ditto for the last one. Do you see what I've done? So you can customize it to suit your purpose. So, you know, all these ones too can go into different departments. We can add more. Let's add more to this guy. There's another one. Probably these are the staff that also work with him. Do you get it? So it depends on how complex it is. If it is a complex organization organogram, it can, after you pick this now, you can leave this one at the director level, then now go to another slide, now have director field survey as number 1. So every other person under him, you now list them. You go to another slide, director finance, every other person, you now list them. Director admin and personnel, you leave them on different slides. If it is a complex organization that has a complex organizational diagram or structure. So do this one too as a second one, then we'll try another one. I just want you to be very good at this so that you can use it more often for your presentations. So I'll give us 5 minutes to do this. And in 5 minutes time, I'll come and see what we have done.
Good boss, please excuse me. That box beside personal staff is one I didn't get. The box beside it, how do I get heart shape beside? I couldn't get that.
The name that is written inside it.
Beside personal staff, that box beside it, your own screen. The next
personal staff. Okay, let me show it in slide view so that I can be clear.
It's just that for that one I didn't get.
Personal staff of the MD in bracket, secretary P.
Yeah, the one next to the one beside it, the one next to it, beside it.
Executive assistant.
Yes, after the personal staff, the next one, the next
you see
one
how I added it
below beside it. How you added the one beside it?
How I added it, that's the challenge.
Yes.
Click on the select on the MD, click on the MD and right click.
Okay.
Click on the MD and right click. You see add
I've
shape.
done that.
You see add shape. You see assistant, add assistant.
Is it after or before?
Assistant,
okay.
Assistant,
all right.
assistant.
All right. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. If you are done, let me know through the chat box. Yeah, the 3 of us, oh, 5 of us are done now. Good. 5 done. Good. Ms. Mojo Ajayi, you are fine with it? Madam Rosemary Azuka.
Yes, Master.
That's good. That's very good.
Thank you.
So for those who are done, we can add another slide. We can add another slide and pick the last one. So which one are we picking now? Smart Art Graphics. Let's pick a process. Okay, we can use this. Good. Great. Thank you. I'm happy. I'm happy we got it. Thank you. Thank you. So let's just do the last one. So one thing is sure now, we can pick anyone we like. We can add layers. We can add text. We can delete layers if you don't want. And when you select it, after you finish, look at this one now. After I finish, if you come to your layout and design, you can pick anyone. Style rather, you can pick anyone. You can see. You can pick any good ones. Just look at it. There are several. You can see. You can pick anyone that represent what you want. And you'll be fine with it. Now, if you want to fill a shape, just select the shape you want and go to Format, go to Shape Fill, pick any color. You can see. Pick any. For instance, peradventure, there is something you want to emphasize on that. You can pick any color, just like what I've done here to fill this shape with black. Then the text outline. I can choose what I want with the text fill. You do that under text fill. You also have different colors for text fill. You can see, you can select all the text. You could choose any text fill that you want. You can see, I'm showing a yellow on a black. So a whole lot of things you can do to it. You can format it generally. You can select any specific one and add any formatting you like to it. So, and we know that the bigger it is, the smaller the size becomes. And you can also do smart art in Microsoft Word too. It's also available in Microsoft Word now. So you can also do smart art graphics in Microsoft Word too. Is that okay? Now, so this one explains the process. I mean, if you understand the first two, this one might not even be necessary, but you can also add layer. Look at it. You can right click and add shape before or after. Probably before. You can see it is now 4. So you can select on it. As soon as you select on it, you can type your text. And again, sometimes you will see the text box. It will show separately where you can even have your text. You can see this is the text. For instance, if I select this one now, if you select it, look at it. You see, towards the left, you will see one arrow pointing front and back. If you click on it, it will show you the text. You can see these are the text for this one now. You can see the layer for the text. So you can even correct it from the text. You can see, you can correct it from the text. You can add text, like if you look at this one now, if I click on this now, you see this place, you can see. From any of these places, you click on it, you see your texts. You see your texts. You see your texts. You know, director field survey has this person, and these two people report under it. You see that even from the text, it shows the layer and the relationship. For instance, a director survey here could have director research, could have manager research. You can see that as I'm typing it, it's coming under it. So you can even select the text from here. I get what I'm saying. So director of finance now has somebody, either one can have GM accounts. Director of personnel can also have GM personnel. Do you get? Director of technology can have GM software. Can also have more than that. It's because of space. That's why I'm not adding more. Director of operation can have GM field operations. So if it is more than that, you can also add so that each of them can have a whole lot of things. So, and you will see, if you don't want this text again, you can click on it. If you want it, just click any of this sign. Just click here, the text will come. If you don't want it again, you can click on it. Is that clear? So you can even do it through text. Type the content through text, or just click on it directly and start typing. And if you don't want it again, just like this one, if I don't want, I just select it. As soon as it's selected, just press delete. Now, having understand the smart art graphics, can we pick some other important one from this list? Some other important ones from this list. Are we ready to proceed? Can I have proceed in the chat box? If you got everything we discussed and you want us to move on, can you just tell me proceed or go on?
Good master.
Yes, sir.
Good master, sir.
I'm with you. I'm hearing you, sir.
Yeah, this is Ojioni.
Oh, I'm okay. Yeah, but how's your meeting?
Oh, it's okay, sir. It's okay, sir. I've been with you from morning. I'm still with you.
I know.
I just want to thank you for the wonderful job you're doing. Just want to add a little to that
smart
art graphics.
Please go ahead, sir.
You've done justice, especially the test aspect. Whatever you can do in the main sheet, you can also do in the test. As a matter of fact, me, I always like working on the test.
Yeah.
So I enjoy my test to do a lot of things. Yeah. Now, what I want to say to my other colleagues is that, number one, your content will determine the style of the type that you're going to use with a smart art. For example, if what you are doing has to do with pictures, then you have, and you still want to write a word, you don't go to pictures, you have to go to a one that have a list with pictures. So what your content will determine, it can even take you out of this, the one you have in the ribbon that you have to go to online to download to express your thoughts or your point. Also, that in every slide you cannot use the same smart art to repeat it twice in different slides. For example, if I use one like this one you have just displayed now, since I've used this, I can't use it in any other slide again. You understand? So I have to use other ones. For example, no matter even my point have to be, let's say, a process. let's say I want to do two processes. One process in sheet 1 and sheet 4, another process in sheet 5. I have to use different style because those are the rules of PowerPoint. And also, I want to share something. Can I share, sir?
Oh, why not?
Okay, sir. I want to share something and I want to display it. Now, can you see my slide?
Yes.
Very well.
Okay. Now, like this now, for example, if I click this safety, this is our point, benefit of insurance. I slide it, like Codemaster just taught us now. You can see, even if I don't go to the site, once I click it, it has brought out the type and I can edit here. For example, if I want to add, maybe I remember a point after help. Once I do enter, it will give me another space. You can see the space now for me to type. So I can type anything I want to type, maybe piece. I want to put piece. I can put my piece and it will put it for me. You can see. And if I want to delete, like you can do undo. If you don't need it, you undo and get back. Then also, if, for example, for your size, when you are doing something like this, all your size must be equal. So for example, I will click on that safety now, and I'll see right click, and I'll come to what we call size and position. Now, if I look at my size and position, it's telling me that the size is 4.37, 4.37. That means if I have 4.37, all of them must be 4.37, so that one circle is not bigger than the other. You understand? So there are a lot of things you can work with. For example, you can do design, you can do templates, you can go online, but Codemaster have done the real basic that everybody needs to know. But we just need to know that you need to practice. You need to keep practice. Somebody needs to give you a job for you to do it. It's when somebody challenges you, give you a job that will make you to do more than even what Codemaster have just taught us. It will make you to even, how will I say, to design. For example, I can design this template the way I want it. I can design and put my pictures. I can add my pictures here. If I want to add my pictures, I can add it beside it. I can decide to use, for example, this one I selected. If I want to I want to do the one that will have picture of security, picture of health, picture of safety. Maybe I have security like alarm, siren, or something like that. I cannot use this. I have to use the one that have text and also pictures. So that was, I said, your thoughts will always determine the style you're going to use. Also, like Codemaster said in the morning, some company have a customized. For example, NIE, we are planning to have our own by God's grace. Every company have a customized. Now, you can decide to, he said something in the morning, and I love that point, that your audience will determine the type, the style, the template you are going to use. For example, if you mention you are talking to students, and truly, if you are using it to students, the way you will display, this is too official. I can't use this for students. I can't use this for market women. It's too official. So I have to look at the one market women. For example, children like to see cartoon. I have to use the one with cartoon that children can identify with. I have to use the one that explain with figure. And lastly, what I want to say is that the reason why we use smart art is because we don't want our PowerPoint to be wordy. For example, once I pick security, I can explain. I go to safety, I explain with my mouth. I don't need to write it. I just explain because I'm talking to business people. So because they don't want it to be wordy, they don't want it to be too busy. So they want your PowerPoint to be very catchy and explanatory. Thank you, PowerPoint, sir. Codemaster, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Don't worry. Mr. Soja, I'll give you a thumb up. It's just like, this money is not much. I'm supposed to share some with you, but don't worry. We are still brothers, and we are still friends. Hope Mr. Mole is not hearing me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm hearing you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So it's Mr. Mole. I don't want her to hear me that I want to share money with you because we are doing this together. Thank you very much. And let me just
You are sharing Ghana.
you are hearing me,
So you let it flow. Let it flow to us too. Well done.
Thank you, man.
I just came in to check now.
Yeah, I saw
Well done. Thank
I saw
you.
when you came.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, just like Mr. Sojoni said, those rules are presentation rules. It doesn't mean if you add another one, PowerPoint will reject it too. You are in charge. But if you understand those rules, it will guide you on which one is ideal, which one is not. We are trying to talk about being professional and moving from one level of expertise, of skill development to another level and have it gradual like that. Then on the one where he talks about they have to be of the same shape, that's fine. But if for eventually, let's assume those things represent branches, and you are giving their report. And in one branch is doing so well or so bad, and you want to let it different, you can give it a different formatting. If it's doing so well, you can make the shape of that one a little bigger. If it's doing so not too good, you can make the shape of that one a little smaller. So you must match the rules and your content. Everything, communication is not just what you say. And that is why all these tools are helping us. Let it just express your mind. And just like Mr. Sojioni said again, you have to study those things to know different ones that exist. So that as those thoughts are coming to your mind, you know which one will hit it well. And just like I said also in the morning, you might need to be saving pictures. Look at the picture with the example we look of the WC, trying to explain, using WC to explain different concepts of computer input and output, user interface, I and O error, and things, storage, function keys. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So because picture helps for retention and easy grabbing. Sometimes color, for instance, if it is a marketing or a sales presentation, you might look at which color will appeal to these people, and you might do your presentation just to flow in that line. So, because by seeing their color, some people are so attracted to color. When they see anything in the color they like, they love that thing already for being that color. So all this is just talking about having presentations with thoughts, not just somebody just wake up and start copying something from Microsoft Word and start pasting it in a PowerPoint. I now have 10 slides, all of them blah, blah, and it's telling you, and that is probably one thing I have to appreciate the leadership of NIA for. Knowledge is golden. Some people don't know 10% of what the whole lot of us here know, even before we come to this training. But when you see them, they will tell you, PowerPoint, there's nothing there. Excel, oh. When somebody now show them their level, some of them are humble enough to accept that I need to learn. And learning is continuous. And the new normal will make us to learn so many things, unlearn some of the things we have learned before, and probably relearn some of the things we know in new ways so that we can always keep being relevant. Thank you very much once again. So let's go back to our slide. Let's go back to our slide and pick something else. This time around, let's look at other features. We can add shapes. We can add photo album. Okay. Oh, sorry. Before we do that, there are two things I want to say. One of the presentations Mr. Sojioni showed us has no title. Now, I told you about placeholder. If you look at this now, this is the title. If I don't want the title here, I will click on this and remove the title. I can remove it. Then I can make this one to occupy the entire screen. Do you see it? If I'm okay with the title here, 2015 census by population, I don't need this again. I can click on the placeholder and delete it. And delete this other placeholder too. Such that, do you see? So that this occupies the entire screen. There is no law that says you must follow the layout the way it is. You are in charge. It's your software and you are the owner of the content. So whatever you think will appeal to your audience and make you make the best use of your time in passing your message across is what you should go for. That is exactly what you should go for. And hope that is fine. Now, the last one on smart art graphics before I go. Sometimes, because some of us fall into this category, sometimes we already have what we want to do in points. We already have because I know after this presentation, for instance, if this is to a sales team, after this presentation, every sales team person that is serious should go and check his presentation that I use for sales work and see whether there are one or two amendments you need to make so that it can reflect some of the things we've discussed in this training and can also make him or her better. So if you already have your points, I ask you to duplicate this slide 2, for us to have 2 and 3. The essence is for me to explain this. I've already have it before, and I don't want to keep typing. You can select whatever you want. You select it, just like I've done now. You see my selection. Then you go to home. So in this case, what you are doing is that you are converting it to smart art, which means it's already existing like in Word before, but now you want to convert it to smart art, and it will take you through the same process. It will list all the smart arts, so you cannot pick anyone that I think is okay for you. Do you get? You cannot pick anyone that I think is okay for you. So, for instance, if I pick this one, I can use it as my protocol. Do you get it? So, and it tells me that I go from this place to this place. So I can use this as my protocol, and probably I can expand it a little. I can expand it a little. So if you had your presentation in bullets before, and you just want to convert it to smart art, you select it. Having selected it, then you go to the home ribbon and you click convert to smart art. Hope that is clear. Hope that is clear. So, and that is two methods too. You can see two methods. It's either you do blank smart art graphics, just like we have been doing, and add the number of layers you want, or you type it as bullets or with numbers. You now select it. Then you now go and look for an appropriate smart art graphics to represent it. Hope that is clear. Good. Very good. All right. Please save your presentation and have another blank slide. Save your presentation and have another blank slide. So from what we have done today, we know how to insert a table, insert a chart, insert a smart art graphics. For those who still want to pick up my books, because we can't discuss everything in class, you will learn others in the book, how to insert other things are in the book. Table, we've done that. Table style, we'll still go to table style. Table texture, how to apply effect on table, delete existing row, add columns, add pictures. We might not be able to handle picture now because there are other important ones and there are other things we need to do. We have limited time. So when you add the picture, you can crop the picture, cut out the aspect you don't need, at least do some media work. You can also add video. I don't know if any of us has video, but if you have video, you can look at it. Add clip art. Is there anybody that have a video of just 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes? If you have it, share it with us on the chat box so that all of us can use the same video. So that we don't keep looking for video that does not exist on our system. Is that okay? If there is anybody that have 2, 3, 4 videos, 2, 3, 4 minutes video, just share it for us on the chat box so that all of us can download it and we can use it to learn how do we embed a video, how do we insert a video into our presentation. So you can see what you see on your screen, on your slide. Insert table, insert picture, insert clip art, insert media clip, insert smart art graphics. You can see. So all those things are properly explained in the book. I will share the link for you so that okay, this is the organogram. We have done something like this. How to add, we've done something like this. Everybody in this class can do all this now. The text and the smart art graphics, everybody in this class can do this. Inserting charts. When you insert chart, I told you it's going to give you, it gave you Q1, Q2. Chart in Microsoft PowerPoint. You remember I emphasized this through Mr. Bolondro's system that we used. I emphasized this a great deal. So then when you have your chart, you have your chart tool. So all these are very important. So some of the other objects we can add are available on the book. We are going to try some in class now, and as many as we cannot try we'll give it to ourselves as assignment. As many as we cannot try, we'll give it to ourselves as assignment. Now, you can see the link I'm sharing. I will copy it. I will copy the link and put it in I put it on the chat box. I will copy the link and put it on the chat box. So if any of us the book will act like a manual and it can always guide us on our own. It will always guide us. I've shared the links either on Kobo or on Okada Books. I've shared the links on the chat, on the group chat, so we can pick it. And I know for those who are slow learners, it will help us to remind ourselves of some of the things we have done in this class. To remind ourselves of some of the things we have done in this class, and to also take some time to learn more on our own. Very important. You can't pick everything in a class, but just like Mr. Oni said, when you keep practicing, you will get it again and again and again. Now, let's go back to our insert ribbon. This time around, I'm still waiting for anybody that has a video or audio or both, because we need video to learn how to add video and how to add audio.
Do you want me to send it to everybody or to only you?
Sir?
The video.
No, share it on the chat box so that all of us can download it, so that every other person can use it to practice as well.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Oni. Thank you very much. So if you see the video that Mr. Oni is sharing on the chat box, please download it. So we'll use it to practice how to insert video and audio into our presentation. Every other one is important, but there is one I don't want us to forget. It's very, very important. There is one I don't want us to forget. It's very, very important. Now, how to add a link, an action or hyperlink. Let me tell you what that means. Sometimes you are making a presentation and you want to refer to either another PowerPoint file somewhere, you want to refer to a website, you want to refer to another document in another page, and you don't want, it could even be a movie, and you don't want to add it to your PowerPoint presentation. You don't want to bring that burden. You can create a link to where it is. Do you get what I'm saying? You can create a link to where it is. Let me give you an example. Before you create your link, you will decide what will you click on that will take you to that location. Number one, let's look at it procedurally. You must understand what do you want people to see. Do you want to refer them to a website, to a picture somewhere, to a movie somewhere? Are you with me? Now, when you do that, you've identified where you are referring them to. Let me say something. If you are referring them to a website, you copy the entire URL of the website, not only the home page, because what you want them to see, they might need to do 3, 4, 5 clicks. Don't take them through those stress. You do the clicks and copy the URL from the URL point, from the HTTP, copy everything and embed it into your PowerPoint presentation. This is what I mean. Let me practicalize it. If I select this now, I've selected just this line here, just this word. I now click on insert. I now click on, you can see, action or hyperlink. If I'm going to a web page, I click hyperlink. Are you with me? So if I click on hyperlink, it's expecting me to type the hyperlink here. Okay, now what I will do now, I'll go to our website. You are not seeing my screen, but you should see I'm going to our website, Codemaster Consulting, and I will go to a page there. I'll go to a page there and share it. The website is loading. I'll go to a page there and share it. Good. Now it has loaded now. So I have copied the link. I have copied the link. So I'm back now. I'm back now. So on my PowerPoint presentation, you know, it's telling me what I will now paste it. You can see what I paste. I've pasted the entire link the way it is. Codemasterconsulting.com is the website, but I've pasted the entire link. I click OK. Do you see that? Do you see what happens here? It has already put a line here, like a URL, like a website. But if you click it here, you will not see anything. It is when you are in show mood. So if I go to slideshow now, and I say I want to see this from current slide. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay, I want to see, you can see now. So here, if I click here while I'm having my presentation, you can see as soon as I place my cursor here, it already put the URL there. So when I click on this now, do you see what it's doing? It's loading that web page. It's loading that exact web page. And you can see what it's doing. After loading it, it's showing it. It's showing it. After loading it, it's showing it. And I will show you what it's showing. You can see, after loading it, it's showing it. Do you see it? So if you are loading a website, make sure you have internet connection. Peradventure, you want to lead people to see some important thing from a certain website. You can attach that link to a word. You can attach that link to a picture. You can attach that link to anything you like. So when you click on it, if you have fast internet in 1-2 minutes, less than that, it will take people to that link. And you can go back. When you close that link, you can go back to your presentation. If you see my screen now, you see that I'm back to my presentation. I'm back to my presentation. Is that okay? Do you all understand how to have a link? Then sometimes when you are having a link, it might not be a website. It could also be a PowerPoint application, or it could be anything. It could be a picture. Okay, let me do another one. I want to select this word now, JGH. Go to Insert, click on Hyperlink. In this case, I'm not linking it to a website. I'm linking it to a presentation. Let me look if I have any presentation here. Any PowerPoint? Okay, I have a PowerPoint somewhere. Good. Let me see it. So definitely you go to where the presentation is. The presentation you want to link it to, you go to where it is. So I'm going to where that presentation or where that document that I want to link this to, where it is on my system. Good. Now I have a PowerPoint presentation here called General Election or Cultism and Event of Cultism. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Drug abuse. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So these are the PowerPoint file I have. So I now click on drug abuse and cultism. Do you get it now? So when I'm seeing this in Slideshow, as soon as I click on this, you can see it's taking me to another presentation entirely. So from my presentation, I've been able to view another presentation. Are you seeing it? I have a link to another presentation from my own presentation. This presentation is on drug abuse, so that's why you are seeing some of those things you are seeing. So I hope and when you press escape, that is the beauty of it. You return back to your presentation. So you have saved yourself the stress of opening another presentation, struggling to see where it is, where your presentation is going on. So you can attach all those links to different words. When you are now attached them, when you click on it, it takes you there directly. The one that is linking me to another presentation, I know it was very fast because it doesn't need internet. But the one that's leading me to a website will take some time to load that site and show me. And when I press escape, when I'm out of that site, I'm back to my presentation. Can you spend 2 minutes to just try this? Mr. Oni, we are waiting for you in the chat box for...
Yes, I've sent it. Oh,
thank you, sir.
I've sent it. Check the...
Oh, you sent it?
Oh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So please, everybody, can you try how to... Good, I've seen it. God bless you, sir. So please, let's download the video Mr. Oni sent to us. I'm putting my own on the desktop. I'm calling it PPT video. You can rename it, save it as you like. And download. So my own is downloading. So while we are practicing how to do link, let's download that video and let's keep it downloading. Let's download that video and let's ensure it's downloading. So let's try how to attach a link, either a website or another PowerPoint presentation that you have, how to attach it to your existing presentation. Because if you have made some presentation before and you still need those slides, you can link to it and come back. You can also go and copy the slide and come and paste it here. So you have different methods. But if you don't want to bother this one, just create a link. Just like you are creating a pointer to where it is. So we'll do that in 3-4 minutes. Download the video that is on the chat box. My own is almost downloaded, almost finished. Good, my own is finished. And also try link, how to attach a link, how to connect your presentation to a link. Please do that in 3-4 minutes time. I want to believe you are practicing it. All right. Good, Mr. Adedokun done. So you've attached a link. You've downloaded the video. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Mr. Edokun. So you have linked a PDF. That's good. I want others to also try link to PDF, link to PowerPoint file, link to internet, download the video. Mr. Chris, thank you. Well done. Good feedback. Miss Rosemary, where are you now? This second afternoon session, is she okay? She's in class. This afternoon session, I've not. The men are now beating you. I'm waiting for your feedback. Jonathan, I have not said anything since morning.
I'm watching from afar.
Huh?
I'm watching from afar.
Watching? Are you practicing or you are just watching?
Busy. I've been busy. I do practice anyway.
Sorry, I don't want to forget. There is a free Python training on. I think I will check whether Tuesday or Friday.
Okay.
Fundamental of programming with Python, or just go to that same registration site. You will see it there.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Mrs. Bosse, well done. Miss Rosemary, thank you. All right. All right. All right. So let me wait for 4 more feedback. Okay, 3 more. So we can progress. I need 2 more people to tell me they are done so we can progress. All right, I think we can move on. If you want us to wait for you, say it or say wait for me. But if you think we can move on, good. I think we have enough people. But if you still want us to give you 1 minute, we can still hold on. I made an appeal during the morning session that this class might not end by 4 o'clock on the dot. We might do another 15, 20 minutes extra to just be able to be sure that we cover some more grounds. Definitely, we can't learn everything in one day. But what we have done today, if you keep practicing it, it's too obvious. Our presentation quality must be different for whatever it has been prior to this time. Good. Now, having said that, the same thing that is applicable to linking a presentation is the same thing that is applicable to video and audio. And after taking video and audio, we won't be able to take the remaining ones, which means we have take table, we've take smart art, we've take chart, we've take hyperlink, and if we take video and audio, we'll be fine. Now, what we have is a video. And definitely when you want to show a video or play a video, some things are very important for you as a presenter. You must have the video in the same location where it was when you refer to it. This is something I have seen at conferences that, when somebody has like 15 slide presentation, and from 7 out of those slides, it's already been referring to a video it will show the audience. Lo and behold, when it's time to play the video, the system is saying video not found. because of the fact that he didn't see the video, he was under pressure to look for it from different places. And while he was doing that, it's already live. People were seeing everything on the system. At the end of the day, he couldn't see the video. After the presentation, when he rested, he found the video. The video was still on his system. But after he finished his presentation, when he was designing his presentation, he got it right. But after some time, before he was asked to come and present, he did some arrangement. So he moved the video to another location. The link in Microsoft PowerPoint was looking for the video in the location where it was ab initio initially. So that is very important. Now, the same procedure. Let's assume I just select, let's assume this is show video. Let's assume this is show video or show. I now select it. I now say I want to attach a video. You can attach video from file, video from website. Probably the video is on a website and you want it to be attached to this. But this one, we are looking at video from file. So the video Mr. Soji only gave to us, this wildlife, I saved my own on the desktop and I rename it while saving it, while downloading it as PPT video. So PPT video. So I'll look for it. So I'm okay. This is it now. I found it 9.45 MB. After I do that, I click on insert. I think there is something with that file. Let me rename it. It's not being seen as a video file. Mr. Oni, it's not being seen as a video file. The extension, I'm coming. The extension of the file, is let me see if I can save it as a, rename it as a video file. Because almost everybody in class might be having the same challenge. Mr. Oni, can you help me check on your system which extension is that file?
Okay, sir.
Which extension is that file? What type of file is it from your own system? And which application do you use to open it? Because those are very important questions when you're attaching video. You must have a file to use to open it. Because on my own, I have a library, I have a video file.
Good master.
Yes, sir.
Know, it's not about the PowerPoint. PowerPoint was not the problem. Ordinarily, people need to set.
Hello, I'm not hearing you again. No?
That's my own, sir.
What did you say, sir?
Two options. It says you want to open with HLC media player or with Windows media player. So it depends on which. Some don't have it on the system. So if you don't have it, you may not be able to open
now,
it.
So I was able to open my own, sir.
.w.
I was able to open my own.
Have you opened your own, Chris?
I was able to open my own.
Yes, I also opened my own separately. I opened my own separately too. Okay, don't worry.
So it depends on the system. So the person, like you said, number one, when you are attaching a video, know the location so that you don't change location. Number two, make sure that your system can play the video first. Because one, if you don't, you have to look at the player and download the player that can play it. So it will be easy for you on the desktop. Because majority of time when you're attaching, it refers to your desktop.
I have
so
solved,
easy for you to play.
I have solved my own problem, and what I just did is I renamed it as a WMV player. So with as a WMV extension, Windows Windows Multimedia Player will play it conveniently. I have played it with 2 different applications on my system before, but I'm just trying to carry the class along. So now, my people in class, please check my screen. Now, just like I said, if I have this, I will do 2 of them so that you see it. If I have this, and I click on video, insert video, video from file. This is a wide live video that I have. It's always on every system. If you go to videos on your system, you see public videos, and you go to sample video. So I click insert. Now, instead of these video files, it will bring it out. Now, these video files, extension .asf, AVI, MPEG, WMV are all video files. The one Mr. Oni sent, I've renamed it as an MV file. So if you look at my desktop video file, before you know, you will see it. You see it. This is the one Mr. Oni sent. So if I click on this now and I click insert, you see what happened. What was it saying? Coming. Video, sample video. Good. The wide live video is this that it has added. So this one is the playing screen. You can choose the playing screen yourself. Sorry, I made a mistake here by inserting the video on an already existing file that has information, but because the information was not that important. Now, another thing that is important here, when you do the video here and you play it, you can see that it is playing. You can see that it is playing. You can see it playing. You can see it playing on my screen. This is a 30 seconds video that is playing on my screen, but it is not the playing that I want you to see. Okay, let's do it one by one. You see how I inserted the video and I determine the play area. When it's playing, I determine the play area. You can determine the play area yourself. Is that okay? You can determine the play area. Whatever you determine is what will be there. You can determine the play area. Now, as soon as I insert my video, it also has videos to format and playback. And that is what I want to emphasize on. Because sometimes the video, let's assume the video you have is a 10-minute video. Definitely nobody will wait in a presentation and watch a 10-minute video. But you might just want to show them something of 1 minute. And what you want to show them of 1 minute is between minute 6 and minute 7. What do? We are coming there. So the first thing I want you to see now, let me view this video in Slideshow. View in Slideshow from current slide. This is what I'm going to have. So when I click on this, it's showing me the video. Now I'm presenting to an audience. This video is just 30 seconds. So with this, my audience will see what I'm talking about. You can see it's already on 14 seconds. In the next 16 seconds, it will be done. So whatever I want my audience to see from here, they will see it. Now, that's what this is 30 seconds. But if I don't want it in 30 seconds, if you click on it and you click on your video, you will see a place where you have, where you have, look, okay, you can look at all this, stream video. When you click on this stream video, you see what happened. I've clicked on the stream video, you see what happened. This is a 30-second video. So if what I want to show my audience is between what I have between the 10 seconds and the 20 seconds. So I will move this. As I'm moving it, see what is happening. You can see I'm on 10 seconds exactly now. You can set it from here. You can set your 10 seconds from here. Start time. You might not want them to see all of them. So I want you to start here. Then end time. This is 30 seconds. I hope you're all seeing my screen. I might not want them to start at to stop at 30 seconds. I might want it to stop at 25 seconds. So I can move it here. So it will only show from 10 seconds to 25 seconds. It will only show for 15 seconds. So when I've done that, I'll click OK. Do you see? So what I have now is a trimmed video. So I will save it. I have saved it again. So if I now go to Slideshow, and I go to Slideshow to play it from current slide, you can see. So in this case now, if you look at this, it's just 15 seconds. Do you see it? You see where it's starting from? You see where it's starting from? And now the 15 seconds is over. It did not show the complete 30 seconds. So you can trim your video such that what it will show your audience is just that only part. So it's not professional for you to start from the beginning and you are not the one clicking. No, you can cut the size you want and put it in your presentation. The parts that appeal to the message you want to pass across to them. So let's go back there. So when you select your video, these are video tools. You can trim your video and you can play it to see how it looks like. You can shape it. You can decide which shape it will take. Instead of what I have here that is taking rectangle, you can say you should take another side, probably something like this. You can see that is what it's taking. You can decide the shape that your video will take. You can give it a border. If you want your video to have a border, a certain border, different weight line of border, you can see the border. And if you want to give the border a line, you can give the border a line. You can see this border now is now having a yellow line of what your video will be playing. You can move it just like I'm moving everything here now. You can decide the place it will play, what is going to play and things like that. And you can check it from here. You can just play it to see how it look like from here. You can see. I'm checking from here to see how it will look like. So you are not caught by surprise. You can add a video to your PowerPoint presentation. Is that clear? So you can see it has finished. Just 15 seconds. You can see 15.03 seconds. You can see. And you must have the video. You must have an application that can play the video on your screen. You must play the video on your screen on its own before you now embed it in your PowerPoint presentation. Hope that is clear. The same way you do video is the same way you will do audio. I don't have to repeat it again. You have your audio saved on your system. You play your audio with an application that can play the audio on your system. Then most of the problem some of us have is this. When you have some of this link, please get me very well. When you have some of this link, and you know some people are not too good technical wise, and you now get to where you want to make presentation, and they say, can you copy your presentation for us in a flash? That's what causes problem. Oh.